Okay. Good morning, everyone. So today will be the topic for visualization with not included in the midterm exam topic. Okay. So for the content of midterm exam will be until last week. This one will be in the final. Okay. And after this session, if you have some question about the examinations, you can ask me. So for today, I will wrap up about the visualization, and after midterms, exam will be the technology for location-based service. Anything about implementation for application. So in the beginning, you have accumulate the knowledge related to the map design already, and today will be the visualization for how many maps you can implement, so many type of map that you can have your idea for the communication to the user. Okay. So for the content for today will be geovisualization for LVS, map type and design principles, and the last one is interactive visualization techniques that can be integrated with web mapping as well. So the visual representations, I think, it can play an important role in terms of UX and UIs, right? User experience and user interface for location-based service. And I think it need to be effective for the implementation or for your algorithm that the user can be able to understand and can read the map interactively. So that's why I want, and ideally, we want to overlay both mind between cartographer and the map readers. But in reality, it cannot, right? So how to make an audience or how to make a map reader prefer our map. This is a main purpose. However, in reality, you have like so many complex data. Right? Complex data is mean when you collect data or you got the data from social media, from check-in data, or even you have GPS data that can be tracked by user themselves, right? But the map or how to design the map is also important. So how to integrate the symbology, how to design the symbology well is our main purpose, integrating with the science and technology for making the map. So actually, in the beginning, we limited for the cartographer only, but now the technology become an importance, and the data scientists, including you, digital engineer, also some software engineer also can implement this kind of the area, right? So if we looked about the cartography, we only concern for the map data, GIS data, location data, symbolizations, qualitative data, quantitative data, and making the map. That's all, right? But now you can do some special statistics. Like last week, you apply the data for spatial analysis, right? Including union, intersects, testing some statistics, making the clustering map as a heat map, right? For example, the heat map. From the heat map, you can see that the magnitude of the density or the magnitude of the data that can convey or can represent the maximum clusterings or the highest magnitude of that particular data. Right? So this one we call spatial statistics or spatial analysis. And in terms of topology, topology is mean not only for one point, but can related to another point, or even can be related to another area or surrounding area or neighborhood parcels as well. Okay. And from these relationships, computer science can bring you to design the UX UIs and some machine learning algorithms to making it happen in the applications or making some query to fulfill the user needs. That's why this one can integrate the computer science and a cartographer to be the location-based service applications nowadays. Okay. And not only cartography, as I told you, web-enabled and interactive data are also an importance that the user that can fulfill the user needs, right? So when you study about the user's experience, you will know that what is their problem, what they need. For example, they need for navigation, right? Or they need to see only the mapping, or they want to search the data, or any other problem that they want to see our map. Right? So for this one, on the back end, you can do spatial analysis, right? Or design your algorithm to fulfill the user's experience. Okay. That's why we need to think about the data visualizations. However, the data needs visualization not only to show the map, right? But also show the chart or any other dashboard that you can find from the insight data. So from this one, it happened for the spatial business analysis, right? So the map is only one feature or one of the other feature that can integrate with any other feature on your web map application, on your mobile applications, or even your spatial analysis as well. Okay. Okay. So if we want to making the map, everyone can making the map now, right? Making the map is about how you convey the data into the map. Map is mean you can locate something, you can locate feature inside with the accurate map. Accurate map means the location are exact location that it would be. For example, UTM coordinate system, or even latitude and longitude, right? And after you can locate point, line, polygon. You can do thematic map design. Thematic map design and graphic design mean we need to concern about symbology. What is shape of symbology look like? What kind of color we need to represent? In case of formal representation, we need to concern about the reality. For example, if you're making the application for government sector, you need to rely on very formal color, formal symbology, and formal structure of the map. But if you implement the algorithm or implement the application for private sector. You can have so many ideas about it to find the insight data, right? So for this case, we need to concern about the user or the audience as well, that you're gonna use your map application or who gonna use our implementation or location-based service application. And of course, everything is related to the visual perceptions, visual cognition, visual culture. It means that they can read or interpret the map by understanding clearly in terms of the data, clearly in terms of the meaning, and also it needs to be beautiful as well, right? So for the interaction, it means that the data can be moved or dynamic. Sorry. So not only one map, but it can be like trajectory data. User can select, deselect, like you use in your QGIS, right? You can select or deselect the layer. You can switch between point line and polygon layer, that which one should be the first one, which one should be the second one, and the last one should be the base map or the polygon. And you can allow user to zoom in, zoom out for any other scale of the map. This one we call interactions or interactive map, that can allow user participate with map applications. Okay, so this one we call the visualizations, and everything need to be concerned to each other. So the UX UIs of spatial data is quite different with UX UI for other web application, right? Because we need to standardize the geolocation data. Okay. So the main concern is about location features. Okay. I will teach you about the standardization of web map again after the midterm exam. You will have more ideas about it for deploy the mappings. So you can see from this map, we need to concern that who will be an audience, or who will be a user, a customer, or our staff, or students, or the patients. So you can see from the left-hand side of the map, there are more symbols, right? There are more specific symbols. It means that only expert or the user that will be the staff or engineer, architect can use this map. On the other hand, if you are a normal user with no experience anything about a map readers, it can make a confusion, right? So the map on the right-hand side is more suitable for non-experts or any other audience or normal audience. Okay. That's why after we implement anything, we can make a trial and error, right? Given the user to use first, and they can make a comment that, okay, I look feel free to use. Your map is like easy to see and interpret. But if you give the map to them for this one for non-expert, they will be confused that what is the purpose of showing like this, right? They just want to see the layout of the room inside the building. And if your software can navigate them, it will be more useful for them as well. So for mapped layout or visualization is the first baseline that you will make an audience feel free to read the map or interpret the map easily. Okay. For the basic step that communicate map information in your mini project, you can follow this one as well, but you can put some special analysis or some more idea which related to the technology or related to your implementation insights. So we can start with the first one that consider what the real world distribution of phenomenon might look like. From this one, as I told you, that you can do UX or user experience first. That what is the gap? What is the gap of your mini project, or you want to make the hot issue topic? For example, I don't need to say about the political. Political might be okay, but for example, forest fire. Okay. Now, if we heard about the news for the forest fire, the problem or the gap is mean that there are burn area and we cannot stop the fight quickly, right? That is make the damage inside the forest. So this is the problem or the gap. But our technology can fly the drone inside, making the map and hotspot analysis to see that where have the highest temperatures, and they can plan for the water and reach into that size quickly. So this one is the purpose that we want to use our application. Or for example, in the hospital, one Bangkok. This morning I heard about one Bangkok, no? Right? That the building is very confusing when user go inside, right? It can make the confuse or the layout. And they said that they will go only one time. So it means that the business is not run well right now. Many people comment about it. That's why they need to make something, right? Or they need to solve the problem for this one. What we can do for location-based service is mean that maybe the layout indoor can help them to navigate in each section, right? Because if they can find something interesting quickly and can navigate them to in each room or each shop quickly, they will change mind, right? So for this one, you can think that is one of the gap or one of the problem that the user feel confusing and feel not well when going inside. They feel that everything like a inside building or small room, and they lost the way as well. Okay, so if you look at the real world, and after that you can determine the purpose of the map. We can make a map real time. For this case, real time map is mean that it can be solved the burn area or the forest fire, right? Web map forest fire. Web mapping forest fire, real-time monitoring for forest fire mapping. I think about this topic. Okay, another one topic you need to include something that related to your main data. For example, I want to make the forest fire web mappings, and I want to monitor them real time, right? So I decide a topic that forest fire monitoring. Using drone data analysis. Okay, from this one, you can see we talk about the data forest file, right? We want to show the forest file location for the user or the authorizers, government officer or the staff to reach to their destination quickly or the real time, right? And for our algorithm means monitoring. Monitoring is mean we want to see the change or the dynamic of the forest fire before forest fire and after forest fire. So before, during and post is mean monitoring in long term. Okay. And what kind of analysis? Another thing we want to use drone data. So drone data is one platform, right, of remote sensing or observation that can capture phenomena quickly in particular area. So drone data analysis can use image processing techniques. Okay. So this one is the example of topic that can cover everything. So when I read your topic, I know that you want to find a gap for forest fire or you want to show the burn area, right? Monitoring is mean we want to see what is happened on that area. You can choose only small area. Don't need to choose a whole country or many country. You can define particular region even within only one building, but we need to find a critical issue inside. Okay. And after that, define the purpose. Purpose is mean doing some image processing techniques. Image processing technique for bird area. And design risk maps. So the objective or the purpose can convey or can express the output. Right. The first one, image processing technique for burn area. Of course, you will get burn area on the map. So in this case, we will know exactly where it happened or where we found the forest fire area, right? And after that, design risk map or risk web map. For the second objective or second purpose, we also see that, okay, you will deploy or you will implement the web map that people can see the burn area or the forest fire real time. Okay. So if we define the purpose, the next step, right, correct the data. So the data can be even download or available in the internet, right? Such as satellite image equipped with the drone data. You can imagine that you will be drone to fly there, or you have your database. And design construct the map. It means that processing process. Okay. And the last step, you design user find the map useful and informative. This is the overall that you want to create or implement some kind of location-based analysis. Okay. And don't forget to identify who is your audience as well, who you're going to use these maps. Staff, officer, or any user that want to monitor this kind of application. Okay, so that one is the overview to create or communicate the information. But today I want you to have more knowledge about what is thematic map, what symbology you can convey or you can express via the map applications. So first we concern about the general map and thematic maps, right? There are two map types. The first one is general map and the second one is thematic map. So for the general maps, it means that we not focus on some information, but we see the varieties of information inside. Normally will be like very small scales. Small scale is mean that the map can cover every other things, including point light and polygon, every features inside the map. Right? So this one normally we use is as a base map. Base map that you can open from the Bing Map satellite, right, in QGIS program. OpenStreetMap, right? OpenStreetMap is also one type of general map, satellite image map. Positron that can have the natural base map colors and maybe dark positron map, right? This one we don't need to focus anything. But in terms of thematic map is mean your data that you want to focus, such as burn area, indoor map layout, Facebook check-in, or COVID-19 location. This we call thematic map. So the thematic map will focus on particular information that symbol can be dominate, or we can design the symbol focusing on only particular features. It can be divided into qualitative and quantitative data. For the qualitative, you can see that there are nominal data, right? Nominal data is mean the data in the attribute table will be as characters. So for the character, we cannot compare to each other, but we can categorize them into each type of the data. You can see that if we want to design the qualitative map or the quality data, we can design the color that can categorize them in each category, right? For example, you have the Thailand region. You can giving the color, assign the color according to province name, right? Or you download the world map already, you can assign the color according to the country names. So this one for the qualitative map. Or if you have some points of interest, POI, some points of interest, like tourist point, is also being a qualitative map. So you can design for the symbol which is no need to rely on each other. But on the other hand, quantitative map come with the numbers, right? Come with the numbers. So we need to design the symbol according to the value, such as the size of the symbol, the value or the shading of the color that can be changed following the value or the number, the particular numbers. So this one we can divide that what is your type of the data, right? So if we look into the general map purpose, this one, general map that I mentioned that are often called base map or the reference maps that can display natural or man-made feature, right? And normally they will show as a small scale mapping. Small scale is mean very large area, can contain any feature inside within one map. Okay, so for example, OpenStreetMap which is one of the popular base map that can show every feature such as point, line of road network, or even the area, right, that can fill in the color inside. Also, we can have the satellite base map, right? So for the general map, we can have both vector data and raster data. It depends on what you gonna look or what you gonna show for the map, right? That's why in navigation system, for example, Google Map, no? Google Map application, we have both vector data, or you can change to the satellite view as well, because sometimes we want to see that the paddy field along the road, no? What is going on and how many meters that we can reach to the destinations, right? Okay, this is the example. So the above one will be from the OpenStreetMap, and the second one and the below one are the imagery-based map. You can see user can have different experience, right? And they can switch to each others. Also, if you implement some kind of map navigation, please put this small detail inside. It means that we concern about the user need, right? User can click or user can choose either OpenStreetMap or imagery map while they are navigate or while they are using the application. Another thing I want to say is like for the image satellite-based map may be useful for the rural area because sometimes the map is not updated every year. The map is updated according to the funding or their budgets. It means that sometimes the point of interest or the POI is still not updated, even they already have construction or the building in reality, but in the map still be the normal road without any building that can be happens. So sometimes if the user can switch to imagery-based map, they can see some kind of small feature along the road, right? Or besides their location. This is about the user's details experience as well when you decide the general map or the base map in your web map application. And another choice, we can also integrate the grayscale or the base map. This will really focus on your data, right? For example, we have the earthquake magnitude. The earthquake magnitude, you can see or you can allow them to see directly that point of interest happen in their eyes quickly, right? They can recognize that where is have the most earthquake magnitude. So from this one, grayscale also stimulates the visualization or the recognition of the user need as well. Right. Personally, I like the grayscale because we can allow the user to see the symbol quickly, and we can design any other color for the symbol because grayscale will not dominate. Right? Grayscale will not dominate any other color, so it can have fully contrast between map and between base map and the features. Okay, so if we look for the thematic map will focus or we can call special purpose. Special purpose. It means single topic. For example, you want to show the indoor layout. You want to show the harvesting for paddy field. You want to show the forest area. So this one we call the single topics or statistic map. Right? So the feature will be highlight. The feature will be highlight. And people or the user that read this map can recognize that where is the highest one, where is the lowest one. And if compare between each area, what does this mean and why it happened like this? So this one, we can think about how to design a thematic map according to their perspective, right? And what we want them to interpret or what we want them to read is an importance to making the thematic map. Okay. So for this one, for last one, this one is qualitative map, right? When user see the map, the first one that user gonna read, we need to make the vividly legend. Legend is mean they can see that what the data represents. In this case, the data represents population, right? And the second step, they will see that the lowest or the smallest circles convey or express how much of the populations. So we need to focus or we need to rely on the legends as well. Sometimes the cartographer overlook for the legends, but it's not. It should be give the importance of the legend design as well. But in terms of qualitative map, for example, this is a floor plan, right? If you can integrate the label or the text inside, it would be good as well. But if your area very small, it is difficult to maintain the labeling inside, right? In that case, you need to define the legends beside the map. Or maybe given the number like this, like 1, 2, 3. And then you can make a drop if your application drop down list like what is one number of the room like this. Or even you can allow the search for the room number. Like, if it's not much, you can provide a list that they can choose from the application. The starting point. Also, if you want to navigate them, destination, like this. Okay, everything is about the design. And if you make the indoor, right, after they choose on starting or the destination, you need to overlay with the navigating line as well, right? Okay. Or maybe after they submit the starting point or the destination point, everything will be drop shadow. It means that every other map layout can be like a grayscale color, and it happen or can see clearly only the line. Also, you can decide about it. So this one we call the thematic map. For example, in malls, one Bangkok that I mentioned, or the airport, sometimes it's like a very rush out and they need to find something inside quickly, we can provide them facility for that, or the hotels, right? Hospitals. So nowadays, AI become very important and they will reduce the staff. So for this case, if application can work perfectly and can assist them to navigate, it should be useful for them as well. Okay. So for the map, you not only to show the cartography or representation of geography, but in this case, we can show the public transit system, right? For example, in Hong Kong, many tourists come every day, and sometimes they confused about it. If we are an Asian country, okay, we can familiar with some Chinese character or some Chinese station name, right? But for foreigner come from Europe, can confused about the name of each station. So for this case, we can implement some kind of public transit map to fulfill the traveler when they use this map. So that can be useful as well. Okay, we can ask Andre. Do you have any problem when you transit in Bangkok?
Yeah.
So what you find the limitation? Mm-hmm. Okay. So for the BTS MRT, no problem, right? Because they have the system. But for the local bus, it still have the limitations. And what you did? You asked them?
Yeah, I usually ask my buddies.
Okay. So if they have the application, it would be better, right, to track your location real time. Okay. For this one, in this case. Actually, in Thai also have via bus application, right? They plan to track or they plan to put the GPS in every bus. But according to the traffic in Thailand, it's still delay, or some bus have limitation about GPS device. So maybe in next 5 years you can come again, and it's gonna be better system. Okay. So for the spatials that dimension, you have known already that there are 3 features, including point, line, and polygon. Right? So this one you need to determine as well that what feature you want to show as a point, what kind of data you want to show as a line, or what kind of data you want to show as an area, right? So this one you familiar already in terms of deciding these 3 features. Okay. So the map type. I think today we will finish quickly. For the map type and decide the principles, not only you can know that show all point, line, and polygon, there are so many types according to the thematic purpose. Right? For the first one, we want to show the location data, or we want to show the proportional data, showing the distribution data, or even show the movement on the map. This one you can pick up and put in your objective as well, that what kind of database or what kind of the map visualization you want to show. So for the first one, the location is mean that they have the exactly data on the Earth surface. Showing location is mean when we go there, we see that feature. Like we see that there are forests, we see that there are beach, right? When we go for field survey. So in this case, one of the type of showing location we call chromochromatic maps. Right? Chromochromatic map is mean that qualitative data that can show or can categorize of the features. In this case, the data that are very popular to show chromochromatic map is land use and land cover map. Land use and land cover map is mean the feature that are from man-made or from natural phenomena. Right? So in case of natural phenomena such as water body, forest, but on the man-made things, we can see about the urban area and agriculture. Okay. So for the water or the forest or the physical phenomena, we already know that is created from the natural, right? This one we call land cover. Land cover is mean the feature that's covered on the Earth's surface. But for the land use, it mean people making or people use it. That's why urban area, they build construction like build up area, residential area, commercial area, or industrialization area. We integrate it as an urban area. Agriculture also not from the natural, right? We plant, we harvest, we making activity inside the agricultural area. That's why we call man-made or land use map. So this one is the examples of chromatic map, and you can see from the symbol. We assign the color according to the categories of the features, right? So if for natural, you can assign like a formal color. Okay. And the second purpose, showing proportional data. Showing proportional data will divide into two map types. The first one is proportional symbol map, and the second one is cartogram. Okay. So the proportional symbol maps, we can see proportional is mean proportions, represents proportions of the data. Right? So not only one point that can have the same size, but they can show the size vary on value proportions. Okay. For this case, can allow the user to recognize that where they have the highest value, where they have the lowest value by scaling symbols in proportions to the magnitude of the value. This one we call proportional symbols. Normally we use some easy geometry such as circles, triangle, rectangle to provide the symbol of the features. Like this one, we use circle, right? You can also use rectangle. You can also use triangles, following the magnitude of the data occurring at the point location as well. Okay. Normally, they are located in the center of the bounding box. Okay. And when you show the legends, you can correct them like this and assign the value in each circles. For example, 50, 200, 400 like this. Or